Welcome, everyone. This is Teri Bybee, and we are here today on 4/16/23, preparing for Mercury retrograde in Taurus. And honestly, I'm hopeful that it's helpful for all the things that are going on in the skies today. And for this while, it's been an interesting month. It's been a really intense month. It's been a month where nothing has flowed for me. So, so I'm thinking that these magical times of Mercury retrograde and doing this session will help bring into alignment for myself and everyone involved, getting back into the flow and hopefully, utilizing the energies in a variety of ways to help us move forward in a successful way, even through the challenges, because life has challenges. So I'm not looking for them to just disappear, because that would mean I was disappearing. Don't want that. We are looking at just what tools we have, what things we can do, what energies we can shift to better support us in moving forward in life. In a grace and ease would be beautiful. I'm gonna just put that out there. Grace and ease would be beautiful. So thank you all for joining. For those of you that are able to be online with me, there's a really good possibility that we'll have opportunities to share statements above and beyond what you answered in the questions. For those of you that sent in questions and are not able to join, still looking at all the energy you're bringing in and all the benefits that you will receive. And then for those of you that maybe didn't have an opportunity to do either, remember that if you've registered, that that your energies are brought in, that you are connected, and that you can listen to the recording when we're done, which I'll have out in about a week, I'm imagining. So with all that having been said, Joy has been gracious enough to volunteer to be the voice of the group. And I'm going to just check. So Joy, yeah, I have your permission through you, permission for the group to muscle check.
Yes.
All right, so we're checking for resonance. First thing I want to check is, do I need to say more prior to getting started? No. So let's get started. Oh, and my book's over there. Hold on. Even when I'm prepared, I'm not prepared. It is what it is. All right. So for the group's highest and best, looking at the mandala, we're going to start with orientation, problems, intentions. Today we are starting with intentions. We need to hear something about it. So we're going to start with our intention sheet. We are. So I have a list of intentions. We're going to just check to see which ones we need. And hi, Cheryl. I see you got your camera going on your phone. That'll work. All right. So we need, I'm just going to check. Wait, this. All right. So Joya and everyone else can also repeat. Just do it behind the mute button so that we have a clear recording. So say, I deserve abundance and joy.
I deserve abundance and joy.
And that is all. Say, I remind myself daily
I remind myself daily
of what I've already done,
what I've already done,
my successes.
my successes.
And that is off. Wait, this. Say, I move into a deep place of connection
I move into a deep place of connection
with being incarnate.
with being incarnate.
And that is say, I take time for myself.
I take time for myself.
That is off. Say, I shine the, okay, hold on. Say, I shine the light of awareness.
I shine the light of awareness.
That is off. Say, I totally love the experience of movement.
I totally love the experience of movement,
fresh air,
fresh air,
spontaneity,
spontaneity,
and inspired action.
and inspired action.
That is, oh, oops. Say self-love.
Self-love.
Say, I am authentic.
I am authentic.
That is, this. Say, I value myself
I value myself
for taking time for me
for taking time for me
and taking, excuse me, and taking steps to help shift things in my life.
and taking steps to help shift things in my life.
Say, I learned to value myself more
I learned to value myself more
by trusting spirit and surrendering.
by trusting spirit and surrendering.
Say, I value my dreams and manifestations fully
I value my dreams and manifestations fully
with complete self-belief,
with complete self-belief,
faith, and divine
faith,
timing.
and divine timing.
Say, I live my life.
I live my life.
All right, we need any others from this list? No, we need to add to it. So this is opening up if there's additional intentions that you would like to add. Oh, and by the way, I forgot to mention. So the question I had asked is, how do I value myself? And if I don't, how can I learn to value myself? So it can be about that. It could be a little bit broader if you'd like as well. Yeah. So opening it up to additional intentions. I'm going to add one. From what I said, I flow with ease and grace. Anything else from anyone? Drew added one. I radiate love with ease. Need a list
Can I
more?
add one?
Oh, sure.
I easily discern right action.
We need to list more. We actually don't. Okay, so in these additional statements, we have primaries. No, so it's all of these. They can be checked together. No, they're still separate. Okay. Say, I flow with ease and grace.
I flow with ease and grace.
And that is, oh. Say, I radiate love with ease.
I radiate love with ease.
That is, oh. Say, I easily discern right action.
I easily discern right action.
And that is off. Okay. Let's see where we go next. Oh, let me get my water a little closer. All right. So we need something more here. We need something from B, from C. A daily empowerment intention is needed. And that is in this book. All right, so we have 14 different categories of intentions. So checking these, we need, for the group, we need something 1 to 5, 6 to 10, 6, 7. 7 is nurturance and or food. Okay. So there are 8 different statements for the group. It's something 1 to 4, 5, 6. Say, I am grateful for what I eat.
I am grateful for what I eat.
That's off. All right. So again, as a daily empowerment intention, it's as you take that action, as you bring into consciousness being grateful for what you eat, you actually empower yourself for that day. All right, we need something more here. We need something here. We're going to look at what motivates action towards the achievement of our intentions. We need A, we need B. So this is going to be one that I open to the group's feedback. Writing out the prep statement. All right, so the question is, how would you feel when all those intentions are manifest? You do learn to value yourself, or you do value yourself in the different ways you value yourself. And these additional statements we added about flow and love and right action. How will you feel? What emotions would come up, and how would you feel? I got at peace and fully satisfied. What else? We need more? We actually don't. All right, so here we go. Say my pleasurable feeling of peace and feeling fully satisfied
My pleasurable feeling of feeling peace and fully satisfied
motivates me to persevere
motivates me to persevere
in the face of every setback or failure.
in the face of every setback or failure.
And that is, okay. Need something from C, we need D. We're going to look at the commitment needed. We need A. All right. So, and again, open to the group. I had a feeling we were going to do that a lot. We'll see. So the question is, what action do you need to take to help manifest your intentions, no matter how small? So what actions are coming to mind that you could take that helps your intentions manifest?
Full commitment.
How do you do that?
I commit fully.
How do you, I need an action. That's an intention. I need an action to support that intention. What could you do that would show full commitment?
I stick to my morning routine as planned.
Okay, I'm going to just put do my morning routine. Okay. What else? Drew, I see that you said listen to my heart. So what action can you take that shows that you're listening to your heart? Anyone else? Actions.
I guess check in with my heart space daily.
Okay, so for some reason I'm hearing the word stop, meaning stop and then check in. So that's a literal taking the pause, or maybe take a pause is better. Okay. So take a pause and say that again, Drew.
And check in with my heart daily.
All right. This one is often a little challenging because we want to give these kind of broad nebulous statements when this isn't a doing thing, which we're trying not to be such a doing people. Anyone else? Anything else? All right, I'm going to just check. We need to list more. We actually don't. It's there's a primary in this. No, it's looking at these two together. Yes. And so then it will be whatever it is for you. And do we need to specify morning? We don't. So some people might be evening routiners. So here we go. These two together in this order. Yes. Say it's still due. Okay. I do my routine,
I do my routine,
take a pause,
take a pause,
and check in with my heart.
and check in with my heart.
That's off. All right. All right, cool. It makes me think, and that whole being in the moment and awareness piece, and yet taking action. All right, cool. We need something more here. Yes, 100% commitment is needed. And we need to specify one of these intentions or more than one. No, so it's in general. And we need all, as a group, we need all of these options. No, we need this, 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 this. All right. Say, I am 100% committed
I am 100% committed
to manifesting these intentions
to manifesting these intentions
with patience,
with patience,
integrity,
integrity,
love,
love,
and receptivity to the unexpected.
and receptivity to the unexpected.
And I accept the divine plan for my life.
And I accept the divine plan for my life.
Oh. We need something from C. We do. All right. Say, I accept that whatever is not aligned with my intentions
I accept that whatever is not aligned with my intentions
emerges for my own growth and transformation.
emerges from my own growth and transformation.
And that is all. All right. We need something from E. We do not. We need anything more from intentions. We do not. So back to the mandala. Quick sip of water. Okay. Let's look for the group's highest and best. Next, we're going to look at orientation. Next, we're going to look at our problems. All right. And we're going to start with the problems already turned in. Yes. All right. So the question I had asked for helping to bring forward our answers around problems is what thoughts and beliefs are in the way of experiencing the powerful gifts of beauty and pleasure. So we need this. We need this. Say belief of scarcity.
Belief of scarcity.
That is on. Do we need to say I am in or I live? Okay. We need this. We need this. Say doubt and uncertainty.
Doubt and uncertainty.
That is on. We need this. We need this. We need this. We need this. All right. Say I don't trust my instincts.
I don't trust my instincts.
That is on. We need this. We need this. Say I feel emotional and disconnected.
I feel emotional and disconnected.
That is on. Need this. Is that belief or I have? Say I have limited energy and time.
I have limited energy and time.
That is on. Say negativity.
Negativity.
That is on. Need this. Say worth issues.
Worth issues.
That is on. Say I hold. Say I hold on to people
I hold on to people
that aren't serving me
that aren't serving me
from fear.
from fear.
That is on. Need this. We need this. Say I have to get the last of my problems cleared.
I have to get the last of my problems cleared
to manifest my dreams.
to manifest my dreams.
You're on for that. Because life has to be perfect to get what you want. Been there, done that. All right. Say, I don't deserve them. And do we need to specify? Yeah. Say, I don't deserve beauty and pleasure.
I don't deserve beauty and pleasure.
We are on for that. Okay. Are there additional problems we need to list? There are. Okay. So what problems do you have around beauty and pleasure and or something else that feels really relevant in the moment?
I would say my mature woman body.
What's the problem
Size,
with your mature woman body?
size is larger than I was in my 40s, and my skin is changing. My muscle composition is changing.
Okay. So what's the problem with all of that?
I preferred my 40-year-old body. That's the problem. So I'm
So I
having
don't
difficulty accepting the mature woman's body.
accept. Yeah. Okay. What else?
What was the prompt again?
The prompt, well, the initial question asked was, what thoughts and beliefs are in the way of experiencing the powerful gifts of beauty and pleasure? And then we broadened it to what feels relevant in the moment as well.
Say perfectionism.
I ride that train too often as well. So, and we need to say gets in the way. Yeah. Okay. I need more. Yes. What else? What other problems do we need to list out in addition to what we had? I'm hearing I compare myself negatively. I also hear I am alone and lonely. That one hit me in the heart because I'm feeling that one myself.
Family and ancestral patterns.
Of what? Patterns of what?
Patterns of self-sabotage and low self-worth.
Okay. Got it. What else? There's more.
I'd like to add patterns of like lineal patterns of scarcity. I'm just looking at my previous generation.
I mean, you said lineal? Is that
Like
what you said?
lineage, like the last previous
Okay.
generation.
I just want to make sure I heard correctly.
Yeah, and there's this piece that that they had to work so hard, right, for their money, that buying beautiful things would have been a luxury, and that they didn't feel like they could afford and probably couldn't afford.
Okay. I heard, or I don't heard, I'm seeing mother wounds and lack of feminine community. Okay. We need to list more. Yes. Okay. So problems that feel relevant in the moment. I'm just going to put it there. Nothing is flowing because that's what I experienced this past month. Nothing is flowing. And it's all amuck. A weird word, but that's what came up. What else?
The belief that All the work has to be done before play can begin.
Okay. We need to list more. Okay, we don't. So we've got a nice additional list here. Let's just check there. Excuse me. We're obviously moving things. So there is a primary or primaries. No, so it's all of these things. They can all be checked together. Oh, okay. So this time they can all be checked together and we are looking at all of them. Okay. All right, Joya, here we go. Say, I don't accept my body as it is.
I don't accept my body as it is.
Perfectionism gets in the way.
Perfectionism gets in the way.
I compare myself negatively.
I compare myself negatively.
I am alone and lonely.
I am alone and lonely.
I have family and ancestral patterns
I have family and ancestral patterns
of self-sabotage and low self-worth.
of self-sabotage and low self-worth.
I have lineal patterns of scarcity.
I have lineal patterns of scarcity.
I have to work too hard to survive
I have to work too hard to survive
and can't afford luxuries.
and can't afford luxuries.
Mother wounds,
Mother wounds,
lack of feminine community.
lack of feminine community.
Nothing is flowing
Nothing is flowing
and it's all amok.
and it's all amuck.
All work has to be done before I can play.
All work has to be done before I can play.
And that is off, umbilically on. So lots of unconscious stuff going there. Kind of a heavy load, feeling it. Okay, let's see where we're going next. All right, we need something more here. We do. We need something from B, C, D. There's a primary negative attitude involved. All right, and so for the group, it's 1, it's 2. 2 is the helpless attitude. And so this question is for the group. What weakness in yourself do you imagine makes you feel hopeless and helpless in the situations we've been describing with the problems? What weakness in yourself do you imagine makes you feel hopeless and helpless in this situation? All right. We've got a share from Drew, no self-belief. We got more, yes. That weakness you imagine in yourself that makes you feel hopeless and helpless. What I'm
High
hearing is,
levels. Oh, sorry.
that's okay, I'll throw mine out there and we'll get yours. I can't do it is what I heard. Whatever it is. Joya?
High levels of sensitivity.
When you say that, are you kind of saying oversensitivity, like it's an overwhelm situation? Being
Yes.
highly sensitive in itself isn't a bad thing.
Right. Yes.
So the
But
problem then,
too much in certain circumstances can prevent you from sometimes doing what you want to do.
okay, got it. And then I've got one from Drew. My future is based upon my past. We need to list more. We do. These are weaknesses that we are imagining about ourselves. that make us feel hopeless and helpless. I'm hearing I don't deserve more. Need to list more? Oh, we don't, unless somebody's got something on the tip of their tongue. Oh, I've got another one from Drew. I'm not enough. All right. Need to list more? We don't. There is a primary or primaries in this list. There is. Okay, so we need this. This, we need this, we need this. We need this, we need this. These three can be checked together. Nope, they're all separate. Say no self-belief.
No self-belief.
We are on for that. Say my future is based upon my past.
My future is based upon my past.
And that is on. So being stuck in it, basically, not being able to move on, move forward. Say I'm not enough.
I'm not enough.
And that is on. All right. And then we have an actual helpless attitude. There's 8 here for the group. We need something 1 to 4, 5, 6. Writing it out. All right, here we go. Say if I don't have what I need,
If I don't have what I need,
I must put up with it and do without.
I must put up with it and do without.
We are on for that. Boy, scarcity's come up 2 or 3 different ways so far. So, and just an interesting note there. All right, and then we do have a coherent response that's needed instead of this helpless attitude. I want to write down the page number because it's kind of lengthy. And so that I can come back to it. All right, so we're going to say, there's always hope.
There's always hope.
And I have the inner strength
And I have the inner strength
to face what life brings me for my growth.
to face what life brings me for my growth.
I am a powerful being.
I am a powerful being.
I set appropriate boundaries
I set appropriate boundaries
on negative words and behaviors.
on negative words and behaviors.
And I go into action
And I go into action
with energy and optimism.
with energy and optimism.
And we are off for the moment. Okay. All right. Welcome, Maureen. Your energy has been in the whole session, so just know that you're getting all the benefits as well. So that was 7, that was negative attitude. So here we go. We need something more here. We do need something from E from F. We're going to identify which of the major brain areas is involved. Okay. We need more than one. No, today's just one. So it's something here, 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 here. It's the left cerebral hemisphere. This is where issues manifest as difficulty with reasoning, negative judgments, and criticisms. Okay, finding my spot. Here we go. All right, so we need to identify the non-coherence. We do. There are 14 here. So for the group, we need something 1 to 5, 6 to 10, 6, 7. We need both. No, with this. Say, I am obsessed with schedules.
I am obsessed with schedules.
That is on. You would not, or maybe you would believe, you would be surprised at how often that has come up in the last like 6 months. It comes up a lot. I know. It is, I have a sense that, I mean, we might individually have our own patterns that we're dealing with, right? Obviously. But I have a sense that it's like an overriding thing about time that we're all feeling. And that's how we try to deal with it, whether we're dealing well with it with our schedules or not. But that has come up so many times. So just again, taking note. All right, I get myself chills. All right, we're also going to look at the coherence needed. And there's 12 here. So for the group, we need something 1 to 5, 6 to 10, 6, 7, 8. All right. Say, I make a plan of action
I make a plan of action
and achieve my intentions.
and achieve my intentions.
That is off, but I really like it because I'm making plans all the dang time. But so I want that last piece. All right. Quick sip of water. All right, so that was here. Maybe something from G, from H, big C. So we're looking at the opportunity the problem offers. We need A, we need B. So any problem we have is telling us that something that there is something we need that we're not resonating with having. And this is something that came from when we were younger. So there are 5 categories of underlying needs for us. We need something 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 is the need for love, respect, and happiness in relationship. All right. And of these 21 for the group, we need something 1 to 5, 6 to 10, 6. Say, I give and receive loving touch.
I give and receive loving touch.
We are off for that. And when we were, when this whole Mercury retrograde is Taurus based, loving touch could be a really, really good thing as far as Taurus is concerned. So yeah, I kind of felt like it fit when we just knew the category, but then when we get to the statement, it's like, okay. And this is basically saying it's something that we did not get when we were younger, and in a way that we could receive it or in a way that served us. So an opportunity to move that forward. Okay, so this was right here. Okay. We need something more here. We do. We need something for C. So what do you want instead of the problems? And do I need to just generalize it? Yeah. So it was the problem around not being able to experience the powerful gifts of beauty and pleasure. What do you need instead?
Wait, not being able to experience what?
I just went back to the question I had asked, which was about thoughts and beliefs. Actually, I'm going to restate it. So what ways, no, I'm going to just say it. So what thoughts and beliefs are in the way of experiencing the powerful gifts of beauty and pleasure? So how can you? What do you want instead of that?
Radiance.
That you have it, that you exude it, that.
Yeah, like exude just pure radiance.
Nice. Okay. I'm hearing I live fully and okay, expansively. It's kind of saying the same thing, but 2 different ways. So, all right. What else? What else do you want instead of these issues that we brought up, or any issues around experiencing the powerful gifts of beauty and pleasure? Why don't we just experience the powerful gifts of beauty and pleasure. Not just, and. What else? What else do we want instead? We need something more? Oh, we don't, unless you've got something on the tip of your tongue. No, we're going with that. Okay. So in this list, there's a primary. No, we can check these all together. No, so they're each separate. All right. Say, I exude pure radiance.
I exude pure radiance.
That is off. Say, I live fully and expansively.
I live fully and expansively.
That is off. Say, I experience the powerful gifts of beauty and pleasure.
I experience the powerful gifts of beauty and pleasure.
That is off. That does sound nice, just like that. It sounds really nice. All right. We need something more here. We do. We need something from D, E, F, G. So what inner strength or positive quality do you need to help you handle those problems that we brought up? Or just problems in general, honestly. What inner strength or positive quality do you need? I heard patience. Courage.
Perseverance.
Perseverance. Full self-belief. And rest. And we need to list more. We actually don't. We need all of these. We do. Okay, so let me figure out my statement. Okay. Say, I have patience.
I have patience.
Courage.
Courage.
Perseverance.
Perseverance.
Full self-belief.
Full self-belief.
And rest.
And rest.
That is off. Cayelin, welcome.
Oh, I had 11 o'clock on my calendar. So I thought I was early. It looks like I'm late.
A little bit. It's okay.
Yeah.
All right. So let me just check for the group. It's appropriate at this time to just take a pause so that we can bring in the information around the heavens at this moment. Yes. Okay. So Cayelin, so if everyone else would make sure you're muted, then Cayelin, the floor is yours. So let me just say welcome. And it is so not surprising to me that our timing was off because it's been a heck of a month. So I'm just so glad you were able to join us.
Yeah, I'm so glad too, even if it's a little on the late side. And yeah, it's been a crazy month, and you can probably even still hear I have some voice issues that I couldn't even speak for several days. Like I couldn't talk above a whisper. So I'm like, huh, great. Thank you, universe. Anyway, so, well, this Mercury retrograde is starting in an eclipse cauldron, meaning that there is a total solar eclipse on the 19th, 20th. It kind of borders the 2 days, especially here in the US, because I think in, Pacific time where I am, it's completing just before midnight. So every other time zone east of me it's going to be completing after midnight on the 20th. And it'll be visible in places like Asia, but not really here because it's nighttime. However, there are several really remarkable things about this kind of opening up. And a couple days later, well, on the 21st is when Mercury's going retrograde. It's just like, oh my gosh. So we had a new moon at 0 Aries on the equinox back in March. And that doesn't happen very often. The last time that happened was in 2004. And then if there's a 0 Aries new moon, you'll have a second new moon in the same sign. This one's at 29 degrees Aries. And that doesn't happen very often either. The last time, of course, was in 2004. In 2042, it's about every 19 years this happens. There'll be a new moon at 1 degrees of Aries near the equinox, and the new moon, second new moon, will be at 0 degrees of Taurus. So it's not going to happen exactly the way it is this time. Plus, this is the total solar eclipse. So we have like a rare moon thing happening along with the solar eclipse thing happening. And we have the acceleration of intention that happens at an eclipse. So literally here we are, like 3 days from this eclipse taking place, and perfectly timed to do resonance repatterning right now. And then because we want to be clear about what our intentions are, because they're being accelerated, magnified, and accelerated. So what happens in a total solar eclipse is that the sun rises, the day begins, and then as the day progresses, the moon crosses over the front of the sun and it turns to night. The flowers close up, the birds stop singing, it becomes night for however many minutes. And, I saw one that was like 2 minutes. So there'll be one in 2024 across the US that'll be for 4 minutes, twice as long. And then the light springs back. And it's like being in this portal, or this, I don't even know how to really quite describe it. It's like such an amazing, like everything shifts, because not only do the birds stop singing and the flowers close up and it acts like night, but the pressure drops. And so you feel like there's like this spinning, pressury feeling that happens. And then boom, the light comes back and we're back in day. So it's a very speeded up effect of day, night, day, really speeded up kind of experience. So what we're holding in intention, of course, it's a new moon too, is what we're seeding for the cycle. And this is opening a 2-week eclipse window, meaning that there'll be a lunar eclipse. It's just a penumbral lunar eclipse. It's not a major eclipse, but it's going to complete the eclipse window on May 5th while Mercury's still retrograde. So Mercury, we have the whole time Mercury is retrograde. Well, not the whole time Mercury's retrograde, but the whole time we're in the eclipse window, pretty much Mercury's retrograde, adding to this whole intensity of this time. And so Mercury's going retrograde in Taurus. The eclipse is happening on May 5th. The second eclipse is happening on May 5th. And that happens to be solar belting, meaning that's when the sun is reaching 15 degrees Taurus. And it's also an eclipse that's very close to Uranus, which is also kind of around those same degrees, adding this whole unpredictable, unusual opportunity for us to really be putting something new into motion, to really let go of the old ways of how we've done things in the past, to let go of any and everything that's not working for us, so that we can really embrace and energize and step into what I like to refer to as a more pleasurable way of living. The Taurus mysteries. How can we live with greater amount of pleasure? How pleasure can then become our greatest teacher. Currently, it tends to be pain is our main teacher. Pleasure doesn't tend to be that. So for me, one of the intentions to hold is, how does pleasure become even greater a teacher than pain? Pain will always be a teacher in one way or another, but let's live in the pleasure paradigm instead of the pain paradigm. Live in the pleasure paradigm. So we're here seeding this, and with the Mercury retrograde, it's like being able to trace back through everything that doesn't allow that, so that when we go forward, when Mercury stations direct, then we can move forward with this intention more fully alive and present for us. And so that's basically what I have, unless anybody has any questions.
I think it was absolutely well worth taking a moment to, because we know we kind of talked about everybody feeling such intensity, but this explains a lot. Even if we don't quite understand, it still explains a lot. So so grateful that you were able to share that with us. So I thank you. And Joy is being the voice of the group. I'm going to just check, do we need to give it a moment to I don't know, integrate before we start into the rest of our statement? No? Okay, so we're going to keep on keeping on. And Cayelin, I know that you may not be able to stay with us. Do so if you can. If not, thank you for coming.
Thank you. And I'll stay on for a little while, but I will go in a little bit. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So,
Thanks.
Joya, getting back into what, and we were looking at problems and opportunities. And so now just going to check. We need something more in this section. We do. We need something from H, I, J. All right. So forgiveness is what we're going to work with next. And I have a prep statement I'm going to write out, and then we're going to open it up to some input from the group. And it makes sense to do what I'm thinking about. So because of what Cayelin just shared, especially with talking about pain having been our main teacher and you know, the desire to shift to pleasure, I'm gonna ask initially, so if we were wanting or needing to forgive someone for something that was associated to not being able to experience beauty and pleasure, if somebody comes to mind, if you in some way come to mind of someone you need to forgive, who do you need to forgive and for what, that in some way relates to that? Let's start there, and then we'll broaden it. Everybody's gone dark. It's kind of funny. So Joya, it's just you and me to begin with as far as what we show. But we do have Drew shared something about needing, now Drew, you're going to have to give me more. So forgiving a mother and grandmother, the question is then for what? You need to forgive your mother and grandmother for what?
For actually, it kind of feels like actually like all the women in my family.
Okay.
For using pain over pleasure. Yeah, for as a teacher, I like that.
Okay. Got it. All right. Who do you need to forgive and for what? Welcome, Lori. Your energy's been in the whole time, just so you know. So the question is, who do you need to forgive and for what? We're kind of looking, we're focusing a little bit on not being able to experience beauty and pleasure. So who do you need to forgive and for what? And we can make it broader than that as well. I'm going to say myself for not taking the time to connect to beauty and pleasure. What else?
So help me here, Teri. There's a piece coming in about um, not always, I'll say, not always feeling safe being beautiful in a culture that um, um, feel there's like this piece about if you dress a certain way, then you're, you know, putting you out there in a certain way. Like, let's say if you wore a short skirt, right? Somehow you're feeling
I've got you.
vulnerable about how a man perceives you. Okay, thank you.
Following up on that, I just want to say
Hold on one second. All right, ready.
okay, following up on that, because this was the thought was coming into my mind. I was like, I don't know how to word this exactly either, but forgiving the culture we were born into for all the conditioning and beliefs that were instilled in us that disallowed us from having a more pleasurable experience.
Okay. We need to list more. We actually don't, unless somebody's got something on the tip of their tongue. Oh, I see another one. Lori wrote one out. Hold on. Oh, I see a couple. So let me grab those. So myself for not giving me time. For beauty and pleasure. I want to check something. Is it time or space? It's time, space. Okay, I heard space as well, so I wanted to check it. Forgiving my inner teen for not standing up for herself. That's a biggie, isn't it? And then forgiving humanity for the fall. Okay. All right, so let me just check again. We need to list something more. We don't. Okay. Got a really good list here. So this was around forgiveness. So in this list, there's a primary or primaries. There is, it's this, it's this, it's this, it's this, it's this, it's this, it's this. Okay. So there were only a couple that we didn't get, and I have a sense that they're kind of integrated into these others. So with these, they can be checked together. They can, but let me see what makes sense. Okay, we're just gonna make it work. Yes, we are. Okay, here we go. All right, say I let go of my pain
I let go of my pain
associated with the women in my family,
associated with the women in my family,
using pain over pleasure
using pain over pleasure
as a teacher.
as a teacher.
I let go of my pain associated with myself,
I let go of my pain associated with myself,
not taking the time to connect to beauty and pleasure.
not taking the time to connect to beauty and pleasure.
Let's see. I let go of my pain associated with the culture we were born into,
I let go of my pain associated with the culture we were born into,
for the conditioning and beliefs
for the conditioning and beliefs
that disallowed me to have a more pleasurable experience.
that disallowed me to have a more pleasurable experience.
I let go of my pain associated with myself
I let go of the pain associated with myself
for not giving me time for beauty and pleasure.
for not giving me time for beauty and pleasure.
And I let go of my pain associated with humanity for the fall.
I let go of my pain associated with humanity for the fall.
And I open my heart to love and trust.
And I open my heart to love and trust.
That is off. Wow, it kind of felt like a doozy. Like, whoo, okay, here we go. All right, so that was this. We need something from D. We need anything more from problems and opportunities. We do not. So going back to the mandala, we need something from orientation. We do. All right. So we need orientation to self. We need A, B, C, D, E. This has to do with our child aspect. It does. We need to know the age. We do not. And about receiving the benefit of the session. Say my child aspect is ready to receive.
My child aspect is ready to receive
100% benefit from this session.
100% benefit from this session.
We are off for that. Okay. Need something more here. We need faith is needed. Is it our child aspect again? Yes. We need to know the age. We do not. It's to me as a practitioner. Yes. Resonance repatterning. Yes. Something other. All right. So I'm going to open this up for input. So we're looking at where we as children needed to be able to receive, to have faith that we could receive help through something or someone. So what do we need to add here? So the statement would be something like, my child aspect has faith I can receive help through. I'm hearing God. I'm hearing the universe.
Other
need to list
people.
Other people. We need to list more? We don't. Okay. So of these, do we need all of these? We do. And this order is fine? Yes. Okay. See, my child aspect is ready to, no, excuse me. My child aspect has faith.
My child aspect has faith.
I can receive help through Teri as my practitioner.
I can receive help through Teri as my practitioner.
Resonance repatterning.
Resonance repatterning.
God,
God,
the universe,
the universe,
and others.
and others.
That is off. Okay. I need something more here? No. We need something here. We're going to look at orientation to others as well. We need something from A, yes. About feeling welcomed, and we need you, everybody, others. All right, say, I feel welcomed, loved, and accepted.
I feel welcomed, loved, and accepted.
My presence brings pleasure to others.
My presence brings pleasure to others.
I welcome others with pleasure.
I welcome others with pleasure.
That's off. That's the first time I've actually heard it in that way, with having talked about pleasure from the Taurus perspective and then bringing it in with a statement. So kind of cool. All right, we need something from B. We also need to be entrained, meaning we're in sync. Our frequencies are in sync. Say we pulse together for trust and understanding.
We pulse together for trust and understanding,
Bonding with love.
bonding with love,
And attaining a higher state of vitality and joy.
and attaining a higher state of vitality and joy.
And that's off. Also hearing that one differently. So interesting when your perspective shifts a little bit. All right. We need something from C. We need something. Orientation to time is needed. We need A, B. Say, I pace myself.
I pace myself,
Staying in rhythm with my own best timing.
staying in rhythm with my own best timing.
So I cope with challenges
So I cope with challenges
as positive opportunities
as positive opportunities
for extraordinary outcomes.
for extraordinary outcomes.
And that is all. All right. We need any other statements from orientation? No. We need any other statements? We do. Okay, I'm going back to the mandala. All right. So we need something from a repatterning. We do. All right. So we need something from primary, from unconscious, from shock. It's from one of the chakra repatternings. And of the four, it's actually the chakra repatterning. So first one in this list. Okay. We need something from the introduction. No. We need to identify problem other than the ones we've already identified. No. So we're going to identify the primary chakra involved with the problems. And of the 7, it's 1 to 4, it's 5. All right. So we're looking at the ether chakra or throat. And we're going to identify the non-coherence involved with the ether chakra. So there are 18. For the group, we need something 1 to 10, 11 to 15, 11, 12. Oh. Okay, say I need to appear strong
I need to appear strong
without weakness.
without weakness.
We are on for that. So that's really interesting. Again, if we're kind of tying it back to the whole Taurus feeling of pleasure and beauty, that either of those things would not allow us to be strong and make us appear weak. Wow. Okay. Very cool. We need something from E. We do not. From F, there's a chakra shock we're going to identify, and it is associated to ether. Oh, it could be different actually. So let's just check. Of the 7, it's 1 to 4. It's 1, it's 2. So it is different. Water chakra, the pelvic chakra, is where the shock was. So let's see. So it's water. And specifically, we have 13 here. So for the group, it's something 1 to 5. It's 1, it's 2. Interesting. Our systems are so amazing is all I can say. Our inner healers. All right, we need all of these? No, we need this. We need any others? Yes, we need this, we need this. All right. Say shock from parental modeling
Shock from parental modeling
of sexual inhibition
of sexual inhibition
and sexual abuse.
and sexual abuse.
And that is on. And I felt a big old thump right in the heart area with that. And this may not be a quote unquote truth for everyone. Know that regardless, the energy is there for us to shift. So it's always about kind of perception. It's about the energy and not an absolute truth, and or maybe something you don't know or don't remember that's in the lineage. Yeah. Okay. We need something from the sub chakra. No. We need something from G. No. H. We're going to look at the physical resonance that's also involved. And so we're looking at all 7 again. It's 1 to 4. It's 1, it's 2. We're back to water, pelvic chakra. And of the 18, we need 1 to 5. 1, 2. We need more than 1. No, so it's this, it's this. Say energy block in, when you say my energy block in my uterus.
Energy block in my uterus.
That is on. Okay. We need something from I. We're going to look at the vertebrae involved. Again, it could be any of the 5, since we're talking vertebrae. It's 1, 2, 3. So we're looking at the lumbar vertebrae, which is our fire chakra, solar plexus. And L1 through 5, the one we need is 1, 2, 3, L3. L3 is associated with nerve supply, the sexual organs, bladder, and knees. And there's 3 statements for the group. We need 1, we need 2. And we need both of these options, and we need this. Say, I feel sexually abused.
I feel sexually abused.
And that is on. All right, again, lots of heaviness in the heart with some of this. And we breathe. Make sure you're present in your body. Have a sip of water if you need to ground yourself. We need something from J. Okay, we're going to look at some chakra distortions. And this is specific to the ether chakra that we started with. And we need more than 1? No, so we need A, B, C, D. Okay, there's 2 options. We need them both. We do together. No, so it'll be 2 separate statements. Okay. So the first statement, say some aspect of my ether chakra
Some aspect of my ether chakra
is spinning in the wrong direction.
is spinning in the wrong direction.
That is on. And then the other statement. Say my ether chakra spin is slowed down.
My ether chakra spin is slowed down.
That is on. Okay. Then we need something from Al. So we're going to look at the coherent chakra quality that we're needing in relation to the problem. We're looking at all 7. So it's 1 to 4, it's 1, it's 2. So we're at water. Water is what's going to bring balance. Okay. Of the 16 for the group, we need something 1 to 5, 6 to 10, 6, 7, 7. All right, say while being sexual,
While being sexual,
I also stay in touch with my feelings.
I also stay in touch with my feelings.
We're actually on for that umbilically off. So some unconscious thing getting in the way. I do also want to mention, like for myself, I'm alone right now. I don't have a partner, sexual or otherwise. But to remember that this is also talking about if you're sexual with yourself, which I hope you are. So if you decide to pleasure yourself, that we want to, in this case, stay in touch with our feelings and not have it be, and this is how I'm going to help myself sleep tonight. But whatever it may be, remember we want to stay in touch of the pleasure for us, right? What's in a sense, what's in it for us from an emotional, mental, spiritual uplift with the physical that's going on. So yeah, all right. So let's just see. I think that was the last of statements, but let me double check. Yes. All right. So we need any other statements? We do not. What an interesting session. Okay. So now we are going to look at the modality that we need to help shift our resonance to anchor this new vibration, this higher vibration. And for the group, we need something from process, from sound, from color. It's from color light. All right. And so with these that I don't have everything with me where I'm located today. So just putting out there that if it's not something we can do for ourselves, we'll choose a different one. So it's something, it's this. It's palming. We can all do this. Okay. Let me get to that page and I'm going to tell you about it and we're going to do it. So palming, the optic nerve of the eyes only relaxes when there's no outer light. Palming has been used to help numerous eye conditions, including near blindness. In addition to many physical benefits, palming has a deeply relaxing effect mentally and emotionally. And how we do it, if you've got glasses on, you're going to want to take them off. With palming, what we're going to do is we're going to cup our hands over our eyes and we'll do one hand and then the other so that your fingertips cross over your third eye. I don't know that she intended that. She probably did, but we do it all. So with the palming, I'm going to just check to see what extra things we may need. And I will tell you, it's most beneficial if you can step outside into true daylight. I'm not going to worry about that right now, but just know that it is a possibility that will just enhance it. So we actually need to repeat positive words out loud or in our minds. Yes, we actually need to do it out loud and as a group. So I'm going to ask everyone to unmute as we get started into this. And don't worry about speaking over each other. It's really just putting the words out there so that we can all connect with them energetically. So these are going to be positive words that we're going to say as we do this. And I'm going to talk you through it. So there's going to be a time where we're eyes covered, and there's going to be a time where the eyes are uncovered. And it's always one hand at a time, one hand at a time. All right. Okay, so here we go. I'll tell you when we'll actually speak it. Okay, so go ahead and cup one hand over one eye and the other hand of the other eye, and then I want you to take a nice deep breath. And as you breathe out, allow yourself to relax. Shoulders come down. Nice breath in. On the exhale, feel your back relax, your chest relax, your shoulders. Nice breath in. On the exhale, feel your face relax, your scalp relax. Another breath in. Allow your eyes to relax. Allow yourself to sink deeply into the darkness. One more time in. Relaxing into that beautiful velvety darkness. And as you continue to just breathe gently, I want you to say whatever positive words come to mind. And if they're in some way related to the beauty and pleasure that we're connecting with Taurus, even better. But any positive words that come to mind, just speak of them aloud. Don't worry about taking turns. Just speak the words.
Self-love.
Beauty,
Bliss.
Beauty,
happiness,
Self-belief, 100%.
happiness,
loving touch,
Courage.
Wellness.
joy,
connection,
peace,
And beauty.
self-love,
Also
connection,
Feminine energy.
acceptance of my
light,
beauty,
connecting to
self-love,
beaming the light,
love,
Pleasure.
feeling
self-belief,
the connection,
honoring the value of my beauty.
bliss,
connecting to universal love,
beauty,
beauty, acceptance,
beauty,
Love
connection
and
with the divine,
acceptance.
pleasure,
Connection.
Finding
connection with
pleasure.
others,
learning through pleasure,
Ecstatic pleasure.
Real pleasure.
connection with creativity,
love, love, love.
open,
Expansive.
Okay, that was
Learning through
beautiful in
pleasure.
itself.
Creativity.
Just take a breath, allowing all of that to integrate fully and deeply. Another breath, breathing it all in. On the exhale, feeling it center deep into your psyche, into your soul. Another breath of integration. Exhale. Gently lifting one hand from your eyes and then the other. And when you're ready, just blink, allowing yourself to come back to the present moment. Look around and notice if things appear a little different to you, whether it's the light, the brightness, just knowing that the palming is very, very powerful. And I'll tell you, I feel really moved by what we shared. So just touching into that. And coming back to my practitioner self, but really feeling honored to having done that together. Okay. Just checking in. Another modality is needed. It's a good thing because I don't know if I can do another right now. Whew, wow, that was amazing. All right. And if you haven't, well, actually, let me just check. Yeah. So I shared what I experienced. Did anyone else have anything that they wanted to share from the experience of the modality we just did? And no is an okay answer.
I haven't done palming in a while, and that was such a good reminder. And I feel like, and the relaxation, especially in the eyes, you know, to for those of us who wear glasses, and for me, when I take my glasses off, everything's a blur. So,
Right. Yes.
but it's just what I recognize is how it just brings you so center and present,
Mhm.
which is really, if we're going to experience pleasure, we've got to be present.
Mm-hmm.
So what a great modality for helping us to remember that. And it's so easy to do. You can just do it anytime.
Anytime,
that.
anywhere.
Yeah.
And I actually took a little longer than you necessarily need to take. So just know, feel into it, whatever that length is that feels right to you, it is right. So it's all good. Thank you, Cayelin. Anyone else have anything they want to share? Yeah, Lori.
My moon is in Taurus and my south node is in Taurus, and I tend to forget I'm a sensual being. I'm too much up here doing my work. And so thank you for this to help me remember where I've come from and where I still am. Yes.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Anyone else want to share anything? All right. Actually, what Lori said was a reminder to me because my descendant is Taurus. And I do like beauty. I love the beauty. I like that, you know, I've got all the pretties and all that stuff, but connecting to it in this way from the pleasure point, I don't remember to do that very often. So thank you, Lori, for reminding me that I have that going on as well. All right. Well, then let's go ahead. And again, thank you. That was so beautiful. It really, really moved me, obviously. So let's go ahead and recheck our statements and see our shifts. So going back to the beginning. And if you weren't with us at the beginning, just an FYI that Joya is the voice of the group for today. And I'll ask everyone else to mute their phones so that we can keep the recording really clean and clear. Okay, so we started out with our intentions. And the question I had asked to help us focus our intentions was, how do I value myself? And if I don't, how can I learn to value myself? So here are the statements that we had turned in early. Say, I deserve abundance and joy.
I deserve abundance and joy.
And that is on. Oh, and by the way, again, if you came in a little late, I do recommend that you repeat along with Joya. You do not have to, you'll still take it in, but it just keeps us really conscious and present during the session, and do it behind the mute so that, again, we can keep the recording nice and clear. All right, next statement, say, I remind myself daily.
I remind myself daily
Of what I have already done.
of what I've already done.
My successes.
My successes.
We are on for that, yay. I can't read this. Oh, I move into a deep place of connection.
I move into a deep place of connection.
With being incarnate.
With being incarnate.
And that is on. Say, I take time for self.
I take time for self.
That is on. I shine the light of awareness.
I shine the light of awareness.
That is on. I totally love the experience.
I totally love the experience.
Of movement.
Of movement.
Fresh air.
Fresh air.
Spontaneity.
Spontaneity.
And inspired action.
And inspired action.
That is on, yay. Say self-love.
Self-love.
On. Say, I am authentic.
I am authentic.
That is on. Say, I value myself by taking time for me.
I value myself by taking time for me.
And taking steps to help shift things in my life.
And taking steps to help shift things in my life.
That is on. Say, I learned to value myself more.
I learned to value myself more.
By trusting spirit and surrendering.
By trusting spirit and surrendering.
That is on. Say, I value my dreams and manifestations fully.
I value my dreams and manifestations fully.
With complete self-belief, faith, and divine timing.
With complete self-belief, faith, and divine timing.
That is on. I live my life fully.
I live my life fully.
That is on. And then we had a few extras. Say, I flow with ease and grace.
I flow with ease and grace.
That is on. I radiate love with ease.
I radiate love with ease.
Is on. I easily discern right action.
I easily discern right action.
That is on. All right. That was our intentions. And then we had a daily empowerment that came up around nurturance and food. The statement, say, I am grateful for what I eat.
I am grateful for what I eat.
That is on. So now we're on for the statement. So the way you use it to empower yourself on a daily basis is to actually connect with that. So whether you choose at meals to think, I am grateful for what I eat. Anytime you do that in the day, it's going to empower your day, but you got to connect to it. That's how you empower yourself. In this one, this is one way to empower yourself. All right. And I just want to bring up, I'm just really seeing things very differently in this particular session. So I don't often think of food as being pleasurable, or don't take the time to really experience the pleasure of nurturing myself with food. So I just wanted to put that out there. Let's get our Taurian on when we eat. Doesn't mean you have to smear it all over yourself, but you could. But yeah, just remembering that it's not just the calories, it's not just the energy, it is the pleasure I want to take in as I'm taking in whatever it is I'm eating. So, okay. All right. And then our next statement is what were we needing? Or what were we feeling from what we got from these intentions? Say, my pleasurable feeling of peace.
My pleasurable feeling of peace
And feeling fully satisfied.
and feeling fully satisfied
Motivates me to persevere.
motivates me to persevere
In the face of every setback or failure.
in the face of every setback or failure.
That is on. All right. And the actions that we're going to take, and tweak this to fit you specifically. Say, I do my routine.
I do my routine.
Take a pause.
Take a pause
And check in with my heart.
and check in with my heart.
And that is on. And those were actually two different things, but they do flow together really nicely. So they was doing the routine and taking a pause and checking in with the heart. However you mix and match that works. All right. And then commitment was needed. Say, I am 100% committed.
I am 100% committed
To manifesting these intentions.
to manifesting these intentions
With patience.
with patience,
Integrity.
integrity,
Love.
love,
And receptivity to the unexpected.
and receptivity to the unexpected.
And I accept the divine plan for my life.
And I accept the divine plan for my life.
Yay, that is on. Say, I accept that whatever is not aligned with my intentions
I accept that whatever is not aligned with my intentions
emerges for my own growth and transformation.
emerges for my own growth and transformation.
And that is on. And just talking for a moment about that whole learning from the pain perspective, this is to remind us that when we experience things bubbling up that are not necessarily pleasurable, there's a really good chance that it's because they weren't in alignment with what we're really here for, right? And we want to be able to accept the growth and transformation that comes with that lesson. Now, if we could also start learning to do the lesson through pleasure, hey, let's go with that. But if it doesn't feel comfortable, it's a little painful, we still want to really recognize that it's probably something coming up to move out. And we want to really tap into that growth and transformation. All right. The next thing we looked at were the problems that came up from the question of what thoughts and beliefs are in the way of experiencing the powerful gifts of beauty and pleasure. All right. So we're going to go through them. Say, belief of scarcity.
Belief of scarcity.
Cleared. Say, doubt and uncertainty.
Doubt and uncertainty.
Cleared. Say, I don't trust my instincts.
I don't trust my instincts.
Cleared. Say, I feel emotional and disconnected.
I feel emotional and disconnected.
Cleared. Say, I have limited energy and time.
I have limited energy and time.
Cleared. Say, negativity.
Negativity.
Cleared. Say, worth issues.
Worth issues.
Cleared. Say, I hold on to people that aren't I hold on to people
I hold on to people
that aren't serving me
that aren't serving me
from fear.
from fear.
Cleared. We're not going to let fear stop us. Say, I have to let go. Excuse me. Oh, I have to get the last of my problems cleared
I have to get the last of my problems cleared
to manifest my dreams.
to manifest my dreams.
Cleared. Because us perfectionists think that we have to have everything perfect before we can move on. Yeah, we're not doing that. Whatever's cleared, we're going to manifest our dreams. All right. Say, I don't deserve beauty and pleasure.
I don't deserve beauty and pleasure.
Cleared that. And then I think we had a few extra problem statements. Yes. And these were all checked together and they're all umbilical. So these were unconscious things that came up for us. Say, I don't accept my body as it is.
I don't accept my body as it is.
Perfectionism gets in the way.
Perfectionism gets in the way.
I compare myself negatively.
I compare myself negatively.
I am alone and lonely.
I am alone and lonely.
I have family and ancestral patterns
I have family and ancestral patterns
of self-sabotage and low self-worth.
of self-sabotage and low self-worth.
I have lineal patterns of scarcity.
I have lineal patterns of scarcity.
I have to work too hard to survive
I have to work too hard to survive
and can't afford luxuries.
and can't afford luxuries.
Mother wounds,
Mother wounds,
lack of feminine community.
lack of feminine community.
Nothing is flowing and it's all amuck.
Nothing is flowing and it's all amuck.
All work has to be done before I can play.
All work has to be done before I can play.
Hearing all that umbilically, yay. And I always find it kind of amusing to listen to some of the words that come up that's like, okay, I can't say that I'd ever really used that before, but hey, because that nothing is flowing was actually my statement. It's amok. Okay. All right. Then we had the helpless feeling that we were dealing with. And this was the belief that made us feel helpless and helpless. Say no self-belief.
No self-belief.
Weird. Yay. And we also had another one, say my future is based upon my past.
My future is based upon my past.
Weird. So feeling stuck in the past, not really learning from it. All right. And then the last one associated to this, say I'm not enough.
I'm not enough.
Cleared that. Yay. Then we had the actual negative, we had the actual helpless attitude. Say, if I don't have what I need,
If I don't have what I need,
I must put up with it and do without.
I must put up with it and do without.
Yeah, no, we're going to let that pleasure, that beauty, we're going to let it all come in. All right. And then the coherent response instead of the helpless attitude, say there's always hope.
There's always hope.
And I have the inner strength
And I have the inner strength
to face what life brings me for my growth.
to face what life brings me for my growth.
I am a powerful being.
I am a powerful being.
I set appropriate boundaries on negative words and behaviors.
I set appropriate boundaries on negative words and behaviors.
And I go into action with energy and optimism.
And I go into action with energy and optimism.
Yay, I love that one. All right. And then the left cerebral hemisphere came into play. Your left. The non-coherence, say I am obsessed with schedules.
I am obsessed with schedules.
Cleared, yay. The coherence, say I make a plan of action.
I make a plan of action
And achieve my intentions.
and achieve my intentions.
Yay. All right. And then we got in touch with the need for love, respect, and happiness in relationship. Say, I give and receive loving touch.
I give and receive loving touch.
Yay, that is on. All right, and I don't remember what this was around, but hey, it looks beautiful. Say, I think these were intentions we want to do, but anyway, I exude pure radiance.
I exude pure radiance.
Yay, that feels beautiful and pleasurable, doesn't it? I live fully and expansively.
I live fully and expansively.
Yay. I experience the powerful gifts of beauty and pleasure.
I experience the powerful gifts of beauty and pleasure.
Yay. All right, that was definitely all Taurian energy for sure. And how do we do this? Say, I have patience,
I have patience,
courage,
courage,
perseverance,
perseverance,
full self-belief,
full self-belief,
and rest.
and rest.
Yay, that is on. All right. And then we did some forgiveness work, and we're doing it all together. Say, I let go of my pain associated with the women in my family,
I let go of the pain associated with the women in my family,
using pain over pleasure as a teacher.
using pain over pleasure as a teacher.
I let go of the pain associated with myself,
I let go of the pain associated with myself,
not taking the time to connect to beauty and pleasure.
not taking the time to connect to beauty and pleasure.
I let go of the pain associated with the culture we were born into,
I let go of the pain associated with the culture we were born into,
and the conditioning and beliefs that disallowed me
and the conditioning and beliefs that disallowed me
to have a more pleasurable experience.
to have a more pleasurable experience.
I let go of the pain associated with myself,
I let go of the pain associated with myself,
not giving me time for beauty and pleasure.
not giving me time for beauty and pleasure.
And I let go of the pain associated with humanity for
I
the
let go
fall.
of I let go of the pain associated with humanity for the fall.
And I open my heart to love and trust.
And I open my heart to love and trust.
We are on for that. That was a lot of forgiveness at a lot of levels. Ourselves, the women in our family, our cultures and society, and humanity in general. We kind of ramped it up, didn't we? So beautiful. Okay. And then our child was addressed. Say, my child aspect is ready to receive.
My child aspect is ready to receive
100% benefit from this session.
100% benefit from this session.
Yay, we are on for that. My child aspect is, let's see. My child aspect has faith.
My child aspect has faith.
I can receive help
I can receive help
through Teri as my practitioner,
through Teri as my practitioner,
resonance repatterning,
resonance repatterning,
God,
God,
the universe,
universe,
and others.
and others.
Yay. All right, we are on for that. And then we decided to get oriented. Say, I feel welcomed, loved, and accepted.
I feel welcomed, loved, and accepted.
My presence brings pleasure to others.
My presence brings pleasure to others.
I welcome others with pleasure.
I welcome others with pleasure.
That is on. All right. Say, we pulse together for trust and understanding,
We pulse together for trust and understanding,
bonding with love,
bonding with love,
and attaining a higher state of vitality and joy.
and attaining a higher state of vitality and joy.
That is on. Say, I pace myself,
I pace myself,
staying in rhythm with my own best timing,
staying in rhythm with my own best timing,
so I cope with challenges as positive opportunities
so I cope with challenges as positive opportunities
for extraordinary outcomes.
or extraordinary outcomes.
Yay, we are on. And then we moved to the chakra repatterning, and ether was what was involved with all those problems we stated. And our statement for ether, I need to appear strong
I need to appear strong
without weakness.
without weakness.
letting that go. Yay, cleared. And then water was involved, say shock from parental modeling
Shock from parental modeling
of sexual inhibition and sexual abuse.
of sexual inhibition and sexual abuse.
Cleared, yay. All right, and then water still involved, and this was the physical aspect, say energy block in my uterus.
Energy block in my uterus.
Cleared, yay. Then fire was involved in our vertebrae, L3 specifically. Say, I feel sexually abused.
I feel sexually abused.
Cleared. Ether involved, the ether chakra specifically. Say, some aspect of my ether chakra
Some aspect of my ether chakra
is spinning in the wrong direction.
is spinning in the wrong direction.
Cleared. Say, my ether chakra spin is slowed down.
My ether chakra spin is slowed down.
Cleared, yay. And then it was water. We went ether, water, and quite a bit. Fire, ether, back to water to bring us into balance. This one's umbilical, so more unconscious. Say, while being sexual,
While being sexual,
I also stay in touch with my feelings.
I also stay in touch with my feelings.
And that is umbilically on. All right. So that took us through all of our statements. So let's just check. There's something more we need for this session. No, this session is complete. So opening up to any comments, thoughts that you have around all this.
Just wow. Really big wow. And I think there's something to also, you were bringing up, Teri, and I appreciate this, is that, there can be pleasure and cleansing and healing and going through that process. It can also be painful simultaneously. But so it's just that holding those two things, it's not one without the other necessarily, especially when we're in a cleansing process or a clearing process. And so that's just something I'm really aware of. I've been dealing with, as you can
Absolutely.
hear.
Yes. Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah.
I will just say I felt like our Taurian energy was very, very present. I haven't had sex come up this much in a session, maybe ever. So, so yay for us and being in touch, right? Being just willing and able and ready to shift. So yay. Any other thoughts, questions, comments? Lori says, we are sexual beings after all. Yeah. All right. I do want to just kind of wrap this up and say again, thank you so much for participating and bringing your energy forward. And I want you to just check in and be aware that this might have brought things up for you, and that's okay. If you feel moved to do deeper work, you can reach out to me. I do sessions, individual sessions as well that could take you deeper if there's something specifically that you want to work on. I'll remind you that my prices did go up in 2023, and Mercury Retrograde peeps still get a better price than my regular peeps. So if you're interested, just reach out, let me know, and we can go from there. But regardless, we did some amazing work today together. And again, just putting online everyone that listens to this recording. So anyone that's registered, whether you're in attendance right now or listen at a later time, you will get everything you need from as far as the benefits from this session. And be gentle with yourselves. Drink lots of water and ways to watch for shifts. I'll remind you of that real quick. So it could be a personal coherence shift. You literally feel different. You feel better, you feel more relaxed, you feel happier. Maybe you feel sad, you've got to work through some emotions, but you feel different. It could be some relationship coherence. You notice that people are showing up. They're showing up in a different way with you. You're connecting with others, relating with others differently. And maybe you're getting some support you weren't expecting. Relationship coherence. Last one, awareness coherence. Life is still happening. Maybe you have some of that pain as well as the pleasure with your growth and transformation. But with your awareness shift, you can really see the possibilities. Stuff's going on, but you can see the growth. You can see the silver lining. You're just aware in a different way. So be the witness, watch for the little subtle things, and watch for the big miracles. And boy, howdy, if you have some big miracles, tell me about them. I want to hear about it. Be gentle with yourselves. Thank you all so, so much.
Thank you.
And we'll be back together again at the next Mercury retrograde.
Thank you.
You're
Thank
so
you.
welcome. Take care,
Thank you.
everyone.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.